Hi, in this video I will mention the Cave Surah starting from the verse 83. They ask you about Zul Qarnain. Say, I will narrate to you some of his history. We granted him authority on earth and provided him with all kinds of means. So then he pursued one day. When he reached the far west, he found the sun setting in a vast ocean and found people there. We said, O Zul Qarnain, you can rule as you wish, either punish or be kind to them. He said, so he is a fair leader. He said, as for those who transgress, we will punish them. Then when they return to their Lord, he will come with them to be more retribution, more retribution. As for those who believe and lead a righteous life, they receive a good reward. We will treat them kindly. So he is a kind leader. Then he pursued another way. When he reached the far east, he found the sun rising on people who had nothing to shelter them from it. Naturally, we were fully aware of everything he found out. He then pursued another way. When he reached the valley between two palisades, he found people whose language was barely understandable. They said, so they're like barely understandable for them. So their language is different from them. So it means they go a lot more far, I guess. They said, O Zul Qarnain, Gog and Magog are corruptors of the earth. Can we pay you to create a barrier between us and them? He said, my Lord has given me great bounties. If you cooperate with me, I will build a dam between you and them. So first time we see that in the Quran, this is the only surah that includes building and separating yourself from other places, other countries. I think, in my knowledge at that time, there is no such strict border at that time. Like there are borders, but like it's not like super clear, like a border physically. Bring to me masses of iron. Once he filled the gap between two palisades, he said, blow. Once it was red hot, he said, help me pour tar something on top of it. Thus they couldn't climb it, nor could they bore holes in it. He said, this is mercy from my Lord. When the prophecy of my Lord comes to pass, he will cause the dam to crumble. The prophecy of my Lord is the truth. At that time we will let them invade with one another, then the horn will be blown, and we will summon them all together. We will present hell on that day to the disbelievers. So this is interesting. So first of all, this story is interestingly mentioned in the Cave Surah. And interestingly, in this surah, there is a story of story of 300. So the Cave Surah story, and they stayed in the cave because for a very long time, and because they couldn't believe in religion and they couldn't separate themselves. So the cave protected them. So here we see that here this is like a wall protected believers and good people from others, bad people. And they are the ones who were, so it mentions as for those who believe and lead a righteous life, they have deserved a blissful paradise as their abode. Forever they abide therein, they will never want another substitute. Say, if the ocean were ink for the words of my Lord, the ocean would run out, before the words of my Lord run out, even if we doubled the ink supply. Say, I am no more than a human like you, being inspired that your God is one God. Those who hope to meet their reward shall work righteousness, and never worship any other God beside his Lord. So, and then, so that is indeed interesting story, and so that the part that I don't understand, we will let them invade with one another, then the horn will be blown, and we will summon them all together. So this is the we will present hell on that day to the disbelievers. So this is the part I didn't understand. So maybe there will be a war, and then they will invade each other. So does it like symbolize the nationalistic war? I don't know about it. But there's no reason of war, and we will present hell on that day to the disbelievers. So actually, humans are actually like doing this bad things, and they invade, and the bad communities attack to good ones, unfortunately. So, and that's why the surah is very interesting. Also, in this surah, we see that time is very important. So you see that God says that there's another surah with Musa surah. So including Musa's story, valuable lesson from Moses and the teacher, servant. And Moses said to the servant, I will not rest until I reach the point where the two rivers meet, no matter how long it takes. When they reached the point where they met, they forgot their fish, and it found its way back to the river as sneakily. After they passed that point, he said to his servant, let us have lunch. All this traveling has thoroughly exhausted us. He said, remember when I sat by the rock back there? I paid no attention to the fish. So he's saying about the fish, it was the devil who made me forget it, and it found its way back to the river strangely. Moses said that was the place we were looking for. They traced their steps back. They found one of our servants, whom we blessed with mercy, bestowed um, uh, with mercy and bestowed upon him from our own knowledge. So, and then Moses said to him, can I follow you that you may teach me some of the knowledge and the guidance bestowed upon you? He said, you cannot stand to be with me. How can you stand that which you do not comprehend? He said, you will find me gullible and impatient. I will not disobey any command you give me. He said, if you follow me, then you shall not ask me about anything, unless I choose to tell you about. So they went. When they boarded the ship, so you know the story, he is doing terrible things, but at the end, it's actually helpful to people. So that is the story, and in this story, the time is important because the time is the only thing that, within time things change, and that effect, that thing seems to be not very bad. It turns out it's something good. Yeah, so that we change our understanding of knowing the world. So anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you find this interesting. And translations I use here maybe not very good, and maybe not, maybe some can be translated differently. I suggest you to read all of them. Also, you can read in Arabic, and if you think I made a mistake, please correct me, and hope to see you in the next video.